A company is not run on vibes. Structure is everything. Today is day 12 of the 30 days Know Your Karma challenge. And we're discussing sections 235 to 268, meetings and proceedings of companies. Meetings are basically how and where most of the strategic and important decisions of a company are decided and arrived at. We'll start from sections 235 that talks about statutory meeting. So my formula for statutory meeting is PLC plus 6 months plus AGM is equals to statutory meeting. So it just simply says that every public company shall within the period of 6 months from the date of its incorporation hold a general meeting. That meeting is the statutory meeting. So the director shall at least 21 days before this meeting forward to all members the statutory reports. Sections 235 sub 3 and what the statutory reports should contain, so you can look it up yourself. The next is annual general meeting, sections 237. So the annual general meeting is a meeting of all the members, and section 237 says, except in the case of a small company or a company having a single shareholder, every company shall in each year hold a general meeting as its general meeting in addition to any other meeting in that year. Not more than 15 months shall elapse between one general meeting of a company and the next. There's a proviso there that you can look up. Am I a small company? What makes me qualify as a small company? That's where you should check sections 294. Move to the next, which is businesses transacted at annual general meetings. So section 238 provides that all transactions at the annual general meetings are deemed special businesses, except the declaration of a dividends, the presentation of the financial statements, and the reports of the directors and auditors, the election of the directors in the place of those retiring, the appointment and fixing of the remuneration of the auditors, and appointment of members of the audit committee and disclosure of remuneration of the managers of the company. These are all ordinary businesses. Every other business are deemed special businesses. The next is extraordinary general meeting. The board of directors may convene, that sections 239 may convene an extraordinary general meeting whenever they deem fit. And an extraordinary general meeting of a company may also be requisitioned by any member or members of the company holding at the date of the requisition not less than 1/10 of the paid up capital of the company as at the date of the deposit carrying the right of voting, or in the case of a company not having a share capital, members of the company representing not more than 1/10 of the total voting right of all members. All businesses that are transacted at the annual general meeting are special businesses. There is no exception. The place of the meeting, with exception to small companies and companies having a single shareholder, all statutory and annual general meetings shall be held in Nigeria. So we move to the next, which is notice of meetings. Section 241 provides that the notice required by for all types of general meetings is 21 days from the date on which the notice was sent out. That notwithstanding, where a meeting is called less than 21 days or the notice of meeting is given less than 21 days, it shall still be deemed duly called if, according to sections 241 sub 2, meeting called as the annual general meeting by all members, it is agreed by all members entitled to attend and vote. The next is content of the notice. The content of the notice shall specify the place, the date, the time of the meeting, and the general nature of the businesses to be transacted in sufficient details such that the person that you're sending this notice to knows what exactly is going to be discussed at these meetings, and then they can choose if they want to attend or not. No business may be transacted at a general meeting unless notice of it has been duly given. And an error or omission in the notice with respect to the place, date, time, or general nature of the businesses to be transacted shall not invalidate the meeting unless this error is deemed to have been done in bad faith or from a place of lack of care and diligence. It's also very important to note, as provided in sections 242 sub 4, Such notice shall contain a statement that a member who has the right to attend and vote shall also have the right to appoint a proxy to attend and vote instead of him, and that the proxy need not be a member of the company. And if default is made in compliance with this subsection as respects to any meeting, each officer of the company is liable to a penalty as in such amount as the commission shall specify in its regulation. The following persons are entitled to receive a notice of a general meeting: every member, any person upon whom the ownership of a share devolves by reason of being his legal representative, receiver, or a trustee in bankruptcy of a member, every director of the company, the auditors for the time being of the company, the secretary, and the commission where such company is a public company. The service of notice shall be done shall be done personally, by electronic means, or by sending it via post to the person to his or her registered address. Failure to give notice. Sections 245 provides that failure to give notice of any meeting to a person entitled to receive it invalidates the meeting, except such failure is an accidental omission. Additional notice. So, where the company is a public company, sections 246 provides that in addition to the notice that has been sent, a newspaper publication shall be done at least 21 days before the general meeting in at least two daily newspapers. The proceedings of votings. So votings to be done at general meeting can be done by show of hands or electronic voting unless a poll is demanded. What is a poll? Poll is, you count the votes by the number of shares that the person has. So unless a poll is demanded, votings at meetings shall be done by show of hands or electronic voting. We move to the next, which is the right of attendance. Of course, we had said that if you've been following, I think somewhere in sections 107, when we talked about the rights of members to attend and vote. So all members, this is reiterating that all members have the right to attend a meeting. So sections 252 talks about everyone who is entitled to receive notice of a general meeting of a company are entitled to attend the meetings. Resolution sections 256. We've talked about resolutions before. I can't remember the day, but let's just go into it. Sections 258. All resolutions that are passed by simple majority are called ordinary resolutions. So for a special resolution, it is passed by at least 3/4 of the votes cast by the members. Written resolutions, sections 259 says all resolutions shall be passed at general meetings, but in the case of a private company, a written resolution signed by all members entitled to attend and vote are as valid and effective as if it was passed at the annual general meeting. A resolution is to be passed that requires special notice. Notice of that meeting should be given at least 28 days before the meeting. We move to the next, which is the adjournment. So the chairman may adjourn, but no business shall be transacted at any adjourned meeting other than the business that is left unfinished. And such meeting is not held within 30 days after such adjournment, then notice of meeting as if it was the original meeting shall then be sent out again. The powers and duties of chairman at annual general meeting, sections 265.3, which outlines the duties and the powers of the chairman to include a duty to preserve order and power to take such measures as are reasonably necessary to do. See that the proceedings are conducted in a regular manner. 3, ensure that the true intention of the meeting is carried out, resolving any issue that arises before it. 4, ensures that all questions that arise are promptly decided and acts in the interest of the company. So, with the exception of a company having a single shareholder, every company shall cause the minutes of proceedings of the general meeting, meeting of the directors, and meeting of its managers to be entered in the book kept for that purpose. And any such minutes, if purported to be signed by the chairman of that meeting or the succeeding meeting, is prima facie evidence of that proceedings. Members are entitled to inspect the minutes book, and where they request a copy, subsection 2 provides that they are entitled to request a copy, of course subject to any fees that may be imposed. So where any such member exercises their right to want to inspect or request a copy and is refused, anyone who does not allow such inspection to be carried out or who refuses to avail a copy shall be liable to a penalty as may be prescribed by the CAC. And that's all we can take today, day 12. I'll see you on day 13.